when they start speaking to me in Japanese, I would say wakarimasen. And they will continuously speak to me in Japanese, and I'm thinking they should have stopped.
Hey, so you know how it is after you've been living in the same place for a while, you begin to overlook the details and not notice a lot of things in your daily life and just take it for granted? That's happened to me. So whenever I get to talk to somebody who's visiting for the first time, I like to ask them, what about Tokyo or Japan do you find interesting? What stands out to you? What do you think is cool, or what do you find strange even? And it's interesting to hear what they have to say because it is a fresh experience for them. So my friend from Hawaii just moved up to Japan, just outside of Tokyo. And I am going to be meeting up with him for the first time since he's moved. And we're going to hang out in the Yanaka Ginza area of Tokyo. And hopefully I get to hear about his experience and what his life has been like since he's moved. Let's go.
What's up, Jay? What's up, man?
First stop, grabbing a quick bite at a kisaten, Nito, and comparing supermarkets because hey, that's one of the first places that you go to.
What supermarket is it?
I don't know what it's called, but I just go to it.
It's just way better.
Yeah, it's just convenient.
Mm.
And it has everything you need and more.
Like whenever I go home, there's stuff that I like to get, you know, like obviously stuff you can't really get here, but for the fruits and vegetables, especially like the quality, it's definitely less than it is here, right? Like it's not as good. You have to go to like Whole Foods or something to get something.
Yeah, even
similar.
Whole Foods. I mean, here it's just so different. I don't know what it is. I think they just take more pride in everything they do.
We went for some kakigori, or Japanese shave ice, at a really popular spot called Himitsudo. But the language barrier is real, especially when menus are handwritten.
You need better handwriting. This is a nightmare.
That Google Translate is just not gonna save you. So the shave ice here is completely made by hand. And their syrups are more like purees made from natural fruit.
What happened there?
Nani?
What are you gonna do about that?
That was 200 yen.
Yeah, it was 200. Oh no! Oh no!
That was top heavy.
It is too top heavy.
Can't take us anywhere. After walking around the area for a bit, we stopped at Yanaka Beer Hall, made up of a few old Japanese houses selling beer, food, and other cooking items. Really cool place to kick back, but the real purpose was to get him a beer so he'd be willing to speak on camera. Just kidding. Kind of. But what's the hardest thing so far about living here?
Being away from family.
Being away from family? What about actually like going about your day-to-day here?
The language barrier. Definitely challenging, for sure.
You're gonna like try to learn it?
Yeah. People advise me that learning how to read would probably be beneficial.
Yeah.
More beneficial than just trying to learn how to speak.
What is the best thing so far?
I mean, best thing.
Like, what is the thing about Japan that you've enjoyed so far the most?
The food.
The food?
The Food, definitely the food.
Anything bad so far, like bad experiences?
No, I haven't had any bad experiences. It's just I don't know, when they're trying to speak to you and you just don't understand.
Yeah. Do you feel bad or something?
I wouldn't say I feel bad, but I feel disrespectful, not knowing what they're saying
Yeah.
and not being able to express that I don't understand.
What made you actually like make the decision to move? Because I know you've been talking about moving away from Hawaii for like a long time. Like,
I mean, it's just a different experience.
but I mean, just like to finally pull the trigger.
Just a new opportunity. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity for me, so
Yeah.
I just took it. I found confusing to me is, I would say, when they start speaking to me in Japanese, I would say wakarimasen, and they will continuously speak to me in Japanese, and I'm thinking they should have stopped.
They probably don't know what you.
But then my friend was saying that you are just telling them in Japanese that you don't understand what they're speaking to you about. So
Yes.
they're gonna try and explain it more in Japanese.
Yeah.
So then he told me you need to say Nihongo wakarimasen,
Well,
meaning that you don't understand Japanese.
But if we were white and we said that, they would automatically think.
Yeah, so
the language that
they
you
look at me and they expect me to speak Japanese. They
Yeah.
expect me to understand right off the bat.
So when you say you don't understand, they think it's a like actual like substance of what's being talked about rather than the actual language.
Yeah, and, then,
Yeah.
and I only realized that when my friend, when I kind of explained to my friend all the different situations I've been in, when I always say wakarimasen. And so, I mean, that was a little frustrating for me. But I mean, they understand no and yes for the most part, at least at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So,
Grocery stores shouldn't be that bad, right? They don't talk so much. They ask if you want a bag.
yeah, so I at first I didn't even understand what they're saying. I mean, there's all these different things they could be asking me, like if I want to sign up for something, if I have any
Oh, they
discounts.
might be asking you that too. If you
You know
want,
what?
like, a
I
card.
just someone told me just to say no to everything,
Yeah.
but then they might asking you to pay, and then you're telling them no.
No.
So I mean, that's kind of the issues I've been dealing with so far. I mean, it's only been week 3 for me, so and I've only been out for about less than maybe about 2 weeks now. So
Do you think when you decide to explore, is it based on finding good food, or is it like more cultural, or like what?
I mean, a little bit of both. The cultural experience and food for sure. I think food is the number one thing while you're here.
What's your favorite Japanese food?
Tempura. I mean, that was the best experience I've had so far. But I
Yeah.
mean, I like all Japanese food.
What about you? If you are planning to move somewhere, what are you most worried about? And if you've moved somewhere before, what was a challenge that you faced and how did you overcome it? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.